The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. John Stuart Mills, from his 1867 inaugural address. My friends, beautiful souls, hello, and welcome to my table. I do have a very important message to give you today. And it does come in two parts, although it is rooted in the same issue and message. So I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it. My friends, I'm going to read the rest of his address here that is applicable in this situation because it's clear to me that now, more than ever, this message needs to be given. This light needs to be shown. And I will certainly not hide. Not today, and not ever. I've never really been a quiet person, and I don't intend to start today. Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. He is not a good man who, without a protest, allows wrong to be committed in his name, and with the means which he helps to supply, because he will not trouble himself to use his mind on the subject. That is all to say, my friends. To take the side of neutrality is to take the side of the oppressor. And don't get me wrong here. This is not a call to violence. This is not a call to violence. This is a call to action. Okay? This is a call to reception, actually, truly. To hear these words and to feel them. The divine, at this time, has a very clear message. And like I said, two parts here. So I'm going to get started on the first. The first part of this message is directed to one individual in particular. I will not be speaking their name because they know exactly who they are. It has gotten to a point here where I cannot and will not remain silent on the matter. There is an individual here who, for months now, really since springtime this year, has been cyber stalking, cyber bullying, harassing, abusing me. This individual, as I said, knows exactly who they are. They know how to pronounce their name. And bonjour, lady. Today is not the day, okay? After receiving many correspondences through my YouTube page, after blocking many different accounts, and creating new ones to come wriggle back in, not only through YouTube here, but through other social media platforms, and also my website and personal emails. This will not be allowed to continue. And it's clear that there has been a bit of a misunderstanding in seeing my capacity to feel, to hold, and to express deep emotion, that I am, in fact, weak. This is a grave error, and this is a mistake. At this point, it has been one thing to come for me. It has been brought to my attention, however, that I am not the only one. In fact, there are many, many different readers here that are a part of my community, that are a part of my family. Whether or not we know each other in this realm, it is one thing to come for me, it is quite another to come for my family. And this sweet summer child is a grave error, as I said, on your part. I do want to thank you for the ample amounts of evidence. All of the correspondences, all of the messages, the abuse, the attempted terrorism. And I'm speaking plainly because we call a spade out when we see a spade. This will be the last message shared between either of us, including those in my family and community. I believe there is a misunderstanding as well that this is not pursuable in any way, especially from a legal standpoint. What you are doing is a crime in both my country and your own. And if I continue to receive as much as a breath more in my direction or in the direction of anybody else here in this community, I have absolutely no qualms handing that evidence over. You belong in prison. And I know I have made myself clear. Now then, moving forward, as this is less than an insignificant person in my life and will not continue to be in any way in my life, you can crawl back to the crevice from which you came. And if you're feeling that anger in my voice, that's because it's there. We do not allow abuse. We do not allow terrorism. And we do not negotiate with terrorists. So this is a directive. It is not an offer for engagement or communication. Be gone. Be gone. Now then, my friends and family. As I said in the last collective reading here, and if you haven't seen it, I highly encourage you to go take a look. Just as we may be falling into this experience in the shadow, despair even, to remember that it's perfect and equal opposite in the light, regardless of the magnitude that you're experiencing right now, already exists. Well, this is true both ways. Many of you have seen my light, and that light, well, that is the divine. That is the divine. My light has an equal and perfectly opposing energy that exists also in the shadow, just as all of us have in this experience. There has been a misunderstanding with this person and any others that may come forward or behave similarly to this person. Let it be known. This person, this body, this experience, that is Zachary, here, will not be silenced, and I will not allow it to continue. I do have many healed and assimilated components from my shadow that I can also work through the light. Don't get it twisted. This is not the person to fuck around with. Okay, pumpkin? So let's move forward. The next component of this message is rooted in that very same energy I was just speaking of in the individual expression, reflected as a community expression. Here in the not so United States, like I said, we have gotten through presidential elections. This is not the only travesty experienced here on the planet we call Earth. There are many, many, many injustices that are happening around the world, and we can all feel this. It has come to a point with things like your body, my choice, or threatening rape, threatening assault, threatening to command, possess, or take power, sovereignty from another individual. As I've said recently, I am not a political person, and I will not descend into politics. It is not what I'm here to do. However, when we are talking about an individual's sovereignty, when we are talking about human rights, this I am here to speak on, to shed light onto, and to be a lighthouse for the truth. Immediately, I must say, specifically to the women that are on the receiving end of this horseshit, I am deeply, deeply sorry. I am so sorry that this has been allowed to continue for as long as it has been allowed to continue. Not just in our recent history, but throughout time immemorial. The divine feminine has been in captivity for a great deal of time. And the divine feminine resides within us all. I am here to speak for her, for she does not speak with human words. She speaks with energy. She speaks from the holiest of holies. She speaks from the center of our heart. Those of you that are female, women here in this incarnation that are receiving these threats of terrorism, as I said, I am deeply sorry. And I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone in experiencing this. You are not the only ones seeing this. You are not the only ones hearing this. And I promise you, this will not be allowed to persist. At this time, we are in a torrential downpour. We are in the storm of our lives. I need you to understand that this is not the first time that we've been here. We have done this many times over. And I promise you, as long as this physical form draws breath, and as long as the energy that makes up this experience is here, which is forever, as it is not able to be destroyed, I will seek and require for sovereignty, for the light, and for love to break through. This will not be allowed to continue. Men, a message for you here too. As 80% of my viewers and subscribers are women, 20% of you guys, men, happy to have you here, and I'd love to see more of you, especially responding to this message. We are standing up. We are standing straight. We are speaking clearly. We are not allowing this kind of abuse, this kind of terrorism to remain in effect in this realm. We do not hold this experience with our fellow men, women, or any gender for that matter, and remain silent when there is violence that is being enacted upon them. This will be heard. And I love you and thank you for being here, all of you. Now then, I do have some more messages here I'd like to get into. Give me one moment here just to take a breath. I mentioned here in my last collective that divine rage and anger has a place. It has a place and it has a usefulness. This is still not a situation, to be clear. I am not calling in violence. I am not calling in a fight. To call it a fight is offensive to the supreme power that the divine is. We are allowing the dawn to break. Okay? Let me get into this a bit further. This I would like to share with you. At this time, I call that power back to its rightful throne within us all. Let all illusion be shattered with the breaking of the dawn. And let that dawn pierce the shadow so distinctly that no question of our own divinity remains. So it is. So it is. So it is. At this time, I do want to share a symbol that came through in channeling. Now, this is a symbol to banish. This does not need to be utilized by everyone. If you hear and feel the call to utilize this function, I encourage you strongly to use it. So I'm going to hold this up to the camera here. You can pause it to draw it out and use its function. This was not given a title, but to banish in accordance with the highest natural law. So once you get this drawn out, we'll move forward. 16:16 on the timer. Now, there was also instruction towards intention work, spell work, if that's what you'd prefer to call it, a prayer even, to banish these energies, both in the individual that I was speaking of earlier, and also in the collective where this is reflected. We are no longer idly standing by and allowing that kind of putrefaction, that corpse, to remain in our perfect garden, our birthright, our home, the heart. I did already go through this process here on my own. I did want to do it on camera, but I was told not yet. I will not be releasing the intention work or the spell behind it yet, but there is a time where that will be coming forward for you to utilize as well. As you can see here, this is the candle that I've already utilized to put that into play. I want you to know, my friends, my family, my community, you are not alone. You are not alone. Wherever you are, even if you don't have physical contact with others right now, even if you are being brutalized, this will not be allowed to continue. I promise you that. I promise you that. Let's move forward here. We're going to get into this here. There were a couple cards that I pulled here in the Wild Unknown archetype deck. And beautiful. I couldn't put this message together better myself if it were not divinely led. The Mother and the Queen. Ooh. Ooh. What a powerful combination. The Mother, this is, well, the Great Mother. She is the Divine Feminine, the Mother archetype. We are talking about the Divine Feminine. And we're not just talking about her. We are paving the way for her reign, for her sovereignty, remembering our own in order to make way for hers, as they are deeply connected. So, the Mother archetype, Divine Feminine, the Queen coming through here too. I love this, you guys. There weren't any other cards pulled here, but I felt inclined to pull a couple before getting started. So the Mother, to start, the Mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. She is the Great Mother, the Feminine, the Source. We are talking about the Source, the Queen, the Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. To embody the Queen is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The Royal Queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. And this is a message, you guys, that has come through very strongly recently in a lot of my readings. There have been many symbols that have been channeled regarding clearing, opening, and activating this very powerful portal that is our heart. Everything that we require to bring forward into this realm starts here. And it does not start here as an individual, but as an interconnected web. In that, we are unbreakable, we are unshakable, and we are immovable. We are so deeply rooted. The winds will blow, the rain will pour, and we will, when the sun comes back, be standing in the glory that we deserve. That is our birthright. My friends, I love you so deeply. The Queen, she is a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing less. Now, we are not talking about gender here, as I've gone into many times. I see that there are issues for specific genders here. This is not about calling in further division between genders, between races, skin colors, religion, any of it. Barriers in language, none of it. The king, the emperor, the divine masculine, understands the only way for him to rule, to have the power he possesses, to have the control that he requires, and power, comes from a healthy relationship to the queen, to the empress. These are energies that reside within us all. And she, our mother, the divine feminine, that divine femme fatale, for too long has been put in a box, and she does not belong in a box. And the emperor knows this. The divine masculine knows this. I am feeling encouraged to say, if in any way this message is triggering any of you, which I know it will, I'm not concerned about that. Please know that that is truth ringing throughout your entire body, soul, and mind. Please feel free to feel angry. I don't care to hear what you have to say. Those comments will just be deleted. I'll just heads up, you guys. You can truly shove it up your ass so far that you can taste your own medicine. And that goes for this individual as well. Okay? Those of you that are a part of my family and community and do belong here at my table, we're not done here. We are just getting started. As I said in that collective reading, the tower is coming down, but it has not even started to fall. Only the drawbridge has been dropped so that we can reach this tower and dismantle it one piece at a time to obliterate these ancient stones, the monoliths that are the stones that make up this tower. It is coming down. Now, there's another card here, actually. I said there weren't any other cards drawn. There is. This is another oracle card here, Alana Fairchild, White Light Oracle. I do want to read this from the book because I can't replicate its perfection. The card that was drawn here, 528 Hertz Mandala of the Heart. Because this is perfect. This is exactly what we need. So I'm going to read this here. Sometimes aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness, in the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. The mandala of the heart is the expression of the divine feminine power within. It is the life-changing experience of love, healing, compassion, deep repair, and restoration that can only happen when we feel safe and loved enough to truly let go. Despite what the wounded opinions of ego might have one believe, love is the most powerful consciousness on the planet, and it will prevail. Bet. You can take that to the bank. Despite what the wounded, getting ahead of myself, it is also highly intelligent. As we open to heal with the frequency of love in our hearts, we naturally evoke positive effects in the lives of others. As we heal, we open up spaces that allow others to heal as well. It is not our responsibility to fix others. It is not our responsibility to allow the unhealed portions of those who are not brave enough to face their own darkness. That is not our job, to be clear. But we can sit in this place in our heart. We attract positive intervention from spirit. Pathways open up, magic happens. Love is the path to the transformational, the alchemical, and the miraculous. It is the means by which negative patterns are reversed and the original purity and beauty of our innate spiritual perfection can manifest itself in all dimensions, including the physical. We may feel we are bumbling along, yet we are blessed with an invisible, powerful field of grace moving with us, ensuring that our actions yield the best outcomes and that we attract what we truly want and need. The heart has access to a wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacle. To enter, and the elephant has come through so strongly here. Ganesha, the obliterator of obstacles. No, it does not stand for the Republican Party. Again, nothing political will ever happen on this channel. We are talking about human sovereignty, the soul, and the heart. The heart has access to a wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacle. To enter into that wisdom, we have to trust in something greater than our own opinions and our allegiance to our own history. Your heart is more than connected to the universal heart. It is a holographic emanation, part of the sacred mandala of the divine feminine heart, and as such, holds divine genius and power. It wants us to manifest that which is evolving, new, inspired, and beautiful. To believe that history must repeat itself, or that what we imagine is the limit of what can happen, is to deny the power of the heart and the generosity of divine grace. We need radical lovers and inspired dreamers who dare to invite in the most outlandishly blessed interventions of the universal heart for all beings. And so may it be. You have it within your heart to be one of those prayer alchemists for humanity. 528 hertz is the love frequency of creation. The choices, decisions, and projects inspired by love have countless and far-reaching positive effects. As we tune into that inner frequency, we connect to all hearts in a powerful alchemical network which delivers an infusion of divine protection and uplifting wisdom into the human collective. Priestesses, sound alchemists, and heart healers work with these frequencies, understanding their capacity to evoke the alchemical and the miraculous. These are our spiritual brothers and sisters, cultivating and radiating the consciousness of love, that soothing and courage-inducing medicine of the soul. What we need. In a reading, this oracle affirms that honoring deep soul bonds and sharing healing with your soul tribe is an important facet of your purpose, of our purpose. You have the power of love in your heart. You have the power. It is the healing spiritual glue that can bring together people for a higher purpose. Higher Love by Whitney Houston has been coming in hard. It inspires others and generates positive energy to lighten the emotional load many souls carry. When 528 hertz mandala of the heart appears in your reading, you are being put on notice that the divine feminine has a vision for your soul and is organizing events accordingly. Let it be known. She will guide you through your heart, and with her protection, the manifestation of your soul path is assured. I love this, you guys. I can't make it up. I am going to read the healing process here for you guys because I feel this is important too. I will be releasing this as a live premiere, so I will be available, you guys, to chat with you as well. You'll getting to the end here, but it will also be posted so that you can go back to this healing process as you need. Take a moment to consciously connect to the flow of your breath. Let the breath flow in and out, and allow yourself to deepen and lengthen the breaths, especially the exhalation. Lightly place a hand over your heart with reverence and respect. Allow your awareness to travel on the breath, going deeper and deeper and dropping into your heart. You can feel, imagine, see, or intend that your heart is a sacred temple, a beautiful place filled with light and space. Rest within your heart with love and acknowledgement of its precious nature. If there is pain in your heart from this or other lifetimes, you can witness it gently and with compassion, thus allowing it to dissolve in the beauty, light, space, and love. Allow your sense of love for your heart and the love that your heart has for you to become strong and nourishing. Become peaceful and healed through your own heart connection now. You do not need to force anything. Love holds space for all experiences. You can rest in that sacred holding of the heart. When you have rested for long enough, ground and hydrate yourself. You have completed your healing process. Repeat ad infinitum, ad nauseum even. You beautiful souls, I hope that with this message, there is, even if it just is one person here that needs to hear and feel the support that exists around you, then this was worth it. I'm drawn back to, again, the collective reading that I did recently here. It's Faith and Hope. I'll post it here so you can watch that too. There are many legs attached to this millipede that we cannot see, maybe even sense or feel. But to know that there are many who are rowing us all in the same direction. You may not see at this time. Magic takes time. And the clock has started. Okay? There were a couple songs that came through to me in standing out. When You Believe was one that came through that collective reading, and it stands here today. In this time of fear, when prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. When you believe, it happens. It's okay, and it makes sense to feel angry and to feel the rage that you are feeling. We are going to use that anger to put into correct action. Okay? And let it be known as well, to be very clear, we do not allow abuse, whether we see that digitally or it's happening in front of our face, regardless of any gender, religion, skin color, any of it. We do not allow that. We call it out. We bring that mold that has been rotting our lawn into the sun. That rotting corpse that is racism, homophobia, misogyny, xenophobia, fear. We're bringing that to light. I love you so much, my friends. Thank you guys for joining me here. I will be here for comments. Like I said, I'll respond to those that deserve to be responded to, and I'll do my best. Please be patient with me as well. I can't always get to everybody. There will be more messages, okay? There is more support. This is a time of activation. It's go time. It's go time, all right? Take care of yourselves. We'll talk soon. Be well. Let freedom ring. Let the white dove sing. Let the whole world know that today is a day of a reckoning. Let the weak be strong. Let the right be wrong. Throw the stone away. Let the guilty pay. It's Independence Day. I love you. Hang in there. We got this.